Okay. You know, I promised myself this weekend would be level gen, that I would get that ironed out done, and then the rest of the week would just be fine tuning. And I spent a lot of time today looking through research, looking through ideas, looking at how other roguelikes be doing. And I'm just not happy with what I got. I'm not happy with levels 1 through 3. I think it would be irresponsible if I made more levels before making at least level 1 fun. At least get that good. Then make level 2 fun. Then make level 3 fun. Then I should make the rest of the levels. And right now, they're not fun. They're not fun. So I promised that this weekend would be level gen weekend. And the rest of the week, in fact. And I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm going to do. Welcome to the stream. I'm making a game for Game-like Jam, the 7th one. Making a roguelike in the vein of Rogue and Reaping the Dungeon. This is what we got so far. Like, it's okay. The bones are there. The bones are there. But it's missing, like, some core parts. There's 3 big things that I really think need to be worked on. Movement is tedious, which is bad in a game where, you know, the majority of your gameplay is moving. Fighting is bad, and that's just something we need to work on. And the third thing that I can't remember, exploration. The levels are flat. We need to add a little more there. And also, on top of that, we need to balance out all of these stats, fix up tools so that exploration can actually be more interesting. These aren't surprises. These aren't secrets. What is a surprise to me is I'm surprised how much it's affecting my desire to continue working on this game. So I'm going to fix it right now. I've got this big old list of random things that I'm going to be doing to try and make the game a little more polished. Not to say that we're done, but just to motivate me to actually work on the level generation and actually make the rest of the game. Let's go. I think the most important thing that I had on my list was this autopilot, because that's a thing in Rogue. And Rogue level gen has these long hallways. That's an inordinate amount of times that the exit has been in the same room as me spawning. Walking through this by holding down the key is bad. It tends to lead you to, if I hold down the key, I may end up hitting a monster. Yeah, like that. End up taking a lot of unnecessary damage. That's not fun. But it's tedious to be like, that's bad too. So we're going to implement autopilot. And when I say autopilot, I mean, you hold down shift and then you move, and the game will continue moving in that direction until you either interrupt, or you spot an enemy, or you take damage. One of those 3 things break autopilot. So how we're going to do that? That is a curious one, because I think that's the point when we need to implement Godot's on ready function. What is the function called? What is it called that gets called every 60 seconds? Process? Func process? Is that what it's called? I know if I create a new function, it'll just be there by default. So I'm just going to make test ready. No, process. It is called process. Okay. Called every frame. So we need to implement this function, because we need to say if autopilot equals true, yeah. So we need to get the autopilot, and then we need to get the direction. So let me add this function. I'm going to put it below the input handling function. The nasty input handling function. Wow. And then what this basically will be is we need two variables. Var auto move, var auto move direction. Cool. So the movement handler, we can have the movement handler, probably shouldn't do this on the movement handler level. If the event is action pressed, can we save this event? Can we save this event and just repeat it? Maybe we can store the event in auto move direction. I'm going to try that. All right. So if we have one of these, we want to check if event dot, I need to name my auto move button. Nope, that's not the project settings. That's off by one. If we have held down shift, P auto move, shift, shift, is action pressed, shift, nope, auto move, P auto move. How does that work? It's probably another function that I need to get. Input event, all right. So the idea is that the event is I pressed like W, or I pressed left, move left, but I'm also holding down shift. So I need to find a function that is like, is pressed. I think that's the function. Nope, that is not, because I can't pass in the event. Is match, is echo, is cancel, is action type, is action released. Return to true if the given action matches this event as being pressed and is not an echo event for input event keys, unless allow echo is true. If the exact match is false, it ignores additional input modifiers for input event key and input. Let's try exact match equals false. Oh, it is false by default. But allow echo is true. Or we should make allow echo be true. Let's go back. True. And then let's just see if that works. So if I move around, nothing, which is correct. Now if I hold shift and move around, nothing. So that's bad. So this doesn't work. Godot check if key is held down during event. Well, what we could do is have a event handler for holding down shift. You'll be back in 5. Welcome the one and only Bacon. We can have that be handled here, and then in the movement we check, okay, do I have that variable set to true or do I have it set to false? And if I have it set to true, then initiate the auto move. And if I have it set to false, then don't worry about it. If event.is action pressed p auto move. Event.is action released p auto move dot prep equals false. Okay, so now if I move around, nothing. And if I hold shift and then release shift, nothing. Okay, and if I hold shift and move, it works. Great. I'm holding down shift. Yeah, so great. We want to set auto move to true. And we also want to grab the event and store the event so that we can repeat it. So auto move direction. This isn't like gonna break anything, I hope, right? Auto move equals true. Now let's go down here. I think this is gonna run at 60 frames a second, which is way too fast. Called every frame. We probably want to move like 5 times a second. That's probably a healthy speed. Maybe 4 times a second. Let's just for now, if auto move print event, nope, auto move direction. That's going to flood the event window, but yeah, that works. That does work. That just spams the hell out of it. All right. We need to set a move cooldown. And maybe I should define the variables here. Auto move cooldown equals 0.2. So every move or every process, we add the delta to the auto move accumulate. If auto move accumulate is greater than auto move cooldown and auto move equals 0. All right, then reset that. So that should make us go like 5 times a second. Cannot do that. Nil and float. Oh, sorry. This isn't Python. We can't just assume that that's 0. Hey there. Hey, Steezy Flows Red. Welcome to the chat. I'm back. Welcome back. Okay, yeah, that's a much better speed. Now we have no, okay. What we can do here is say if event dot type, how are we checking if this is a key press? Input event key. And auto move is true. Auto move equals false. Stop auto moving if you press a key. What's the plan for stream more levels? I'm not doing it. I'm doing this instead. We're just gonna add random things to make the game better. You open off the cuff tech talk. I'm trying to make a game, so that's where my primary focus is. I think actually that's all I wanted to do. Okay, so shift left. Oh no. Okay, so lifting the shift key is canceling the auto move. So I need to check to make sure that this is a key press. How am I checking that? Is action pressed? Is pressed. All right, that should work. Okay, now if I hold two ands. Oh, all right, left shift and then left move. We're doing it. We're auto moving. Theoretically, we're not actually moving. And then if I do that, we stop auto moving. I think that's good enough to actually plug this movement handler.do movement event into the right here. But instead of event, we're going to pass it the auto move direction. Okay, so if I hold, okay, so let's do this, and then I hold left shift. All right. I think we can go a little faster. I think we can go a little faster though. Let's make this 1.5, 0.15. Oh, okay. Yeah, we haven't told it when to stop. So that's next step. Punching slimes. I think that one spawned a slime. All right, next step. In the movement handler has some things. I think it's mainly visibility. We wanna ask the visibility handler, do we see a mob? Level.redraw visibility. Let's hook into that one. Where's the level? Oh geez, all right. Go to level. We want to find get visibility. That's probably gonna hook to the visibility handler. That's what I would do. I don't see that function. Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. We can say something to the effect of, okay, if we see an enemy on our motion scanner. Oh no, this isn't the motion scanner. If we see an enemy on our motion scanner, where's that happening? Okay, vision array for loc impossible visible. If we can trace the path, for items and level.items, okay. Do we want to stop if we see an item? Maybe we want to stop if we collide with an item. How's your days off on Thursday and Friday? They were good. I was busy. For mob and level.mobs. Here we go, right here. This is where I want to put it. We take this and then we go to getParent.getParent. That gets us the level. That gets us main. Auto move equals false. So we move until we see a mob. That's how we have it set up now. Let's test that out. Okay, so first of all, yeah, that works. To be honest, I would have probably given up at this point. I don't see how you're not burnt out already. I don't know how to respond to that. Is this... Did I call get parent too many times? I have the level, so I can just call level.getParent.AutoMove. That's fine. Okay. I don't have my flashlight, so I can't test this. And I'm also surrounded by mobs, so... That's one of those things where it's like, all right, if I had polished up the mob generation, this would be easier to test. Okay, so I can't auto move. Like it immediately stops because, hey, there's a mob right there. So let's kill all the mobs. And now, oh, okay, it works. All right, now let's auto move. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Can we auto move away? Nope, we can't. That's fine. I think that behavior is how it is in every roguelike. You can't shift move away from mobs. Okay, yeah. I think I want to move it a little faster. Go to main. Ten. All right, I can live with that. Yeah, and then it stops as soon as a mob shows up, which is a lot better. There's no chance of like, whoops, I accidentally walked into a wall for 6 steps and now I've gotten punched 6 times. Awesome. Done. Oh, I wrote until we see an item or hit a wall. Oh, hitting a wall is interesting. Yeah, I probably should not run in. Probably should not auto run into a wall. Huh? Let me test to make sure that that's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just draining oxygen. Smart. In the movement handler. Okay. In the player handler. Great. No, I want the player actually. Do move is not a function handled here. So I think it's safe to put it here because mobs don't move into other mobs. They don't move into walls either. So this will only happen when the player hits a wall. Except this, but we should be able to just entity dot get parent, which is the main dot auto move equals false. Okay, that should either work 100% of the time and we're geniuses, or that's going to crash our game. There's no in between. Well, the game hasn't crashed yet. We haven't stopped auto moving for no reason. So you know what? I think that worked. Did I pick up a weapon? No, I didn't. Oh, and I'm dead. All right. One more test. Give me that laser pistol. Let me equip it. Great, and now there's spawn. There's slimes everywhere. Let me just go to the next level. Okay. Okay, let's put that on. So if we just run into a wall, perfect. It does, as soon as I hit the wall, it does run into the wall and then it stops auto moving. So this isn't a perfect implementation, but for a game jam, whatever. Shoot, I'm gonna die. All right, done. Unequipping equipment. This is a minor thing, but we put it off for long enough. Let's add it in. We need to be able to remove equipment that we have in our inventory. And we have the functions for it, so this is just a matter of like project settings, p remove. We're going to add that to R. Go over here. This does mean we have to add a new mode. enums.gamemode.remove, which is going to look like enums.gamemode.drop. So first we go up to here, enums.gamemode.move. Here we go. If event dot is action pressed p remove input dot mode equals enums dot game mode dot remove, which is not a thing. We don't need to show the inventory. Select item to remove. And then down here at the very bottom of the function. No, okay, let's just get the drop enums.gamemode.drop. Let's just take this. Copy and paste. Remove. All right, so the thing is, I promised myself I would add 2 more tool slots, so I'm going to do that. So I need to configure this. We don't need to hide the inventory, but I do want to post a message that says canceled remove. I think the function is unequip tool. I should be, the autocomplete should be helping me out here. But of course it isn't. Unequip tool. That's not it, because I need to pass in a number. Drop belt slot. Activate weapon slot. Delete item from belt. Delete weapon from ready equipment. Is belt full? Okay, I never made a function. That's fine. Let's make it here. All right, we don't need to do anything check-wise. We just say unequip item. What? Oh, that's this function. Okay. And then we should do this. Unequipped. Cool. That's going to error if that slot is empty. So if item slots I not equal null. I was talking with one of my buddies that's helping develop and helps with ideas. I want to see what he says about doing a game jam as our first tiny game. Yeah, team up. It's more fun that way. Expected identifier. Oh yeah, no, I need to actually unequip tool. What was it again? I've already forgotten. Tool slot. Four. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm still running. Okay, now I should be able to press R. Select item to remove. There's no item there. Why is it trying to get there? Out of bounds, get index 1 on base array item. All right. I didn't realize it would be like that. Easy fix though. Is less than or equal to I. So if the item slots is empty, the size is 0. Don't continue. I think it's impossible for us to have an item in slot 2 but not slot 1. So we'll remove try to item in slot 2 and it failed. Out of bounds get index 2. Okay, why did it try to do that? The item slot is that size. Why did it try to do that? Okay, if I try and remove when I have no items, let's look at this. So weapon slots, 0. Well, yeah, weapon slots is 0. Tool slots is 0. Okay. Oh, do I have this backwards? Oh, I have this backwards. That's why. I'm smart. Unity sucked when I had no one to talk to about ideas and someone helped go through game design with me. It also helps to have someone who, like, if you ever get stuck, you know they're, like, talented enough they can pull you out. Have someone you can rely on. Cancel removing equipment. Oh no. Oh no. I'm trying to remove the floodlight. I'm trying to remove it. Oh no, okay. How did I get around that with this? Oh, I did a bunch of E-lifts. Which is what I really should have done. How did I get around that with the movement? Or with the inventory? I guess it just made sense there. Alright. So, this should have unequipped the tool slot. It'll post that message, which I can't really I can address that, but not yet. There's something wrong with my function. Maybe it's this equals. Be good for both of us to go through the problems and butt our heads together to debug. It's better in a group, right? Okay, it's not removing the item. Decided on making my 3D game first, then 2D. Also said it'd be easier. He said the 3D game would be easier than the 2D game? I would not have guessed. Wait, is it saying I unequipped? It is not. Okay, so it's just not getting to this line. All right, so let's print I. What are we trying to remove? Okay, 1, yeah. Oh, the size is 1. So this does need to be equal. But then, like... remove 1, canceled. Remove floodlight, canceled. Why is it canceled? It should have removed it. Item slots dot size. Oh, tool slots. It should be tool slots. That's why. And this should also be tool slots. And this should also be tool slots. It's smaller than a Metroidvania, and Godot has a script that gets movement done without you doing anything, so that's one problem. And then just put the camera in the player and boom, you got first person movement. That's all true. That's all true. I think the physics is like that. You implement it as one function and then you're good. I picked up the laser pistol, but that's not a tool. I can't drop it, so I can't test my function. Okay, we equip it, we remove it. Instantly crash. Why is that out of bounds? Oh, it's an off by 1. It's an off by 1. Arrays start at 0. Don't you know? Alright, and then we remove the floodlight and we still crash. What do you mean out of bounds? Oh, because it's unequipped. It's unequipped, so it's not there anymore, so I can't use it. Okay, so var tool equals tool slots. I minus 1. Unequipped tool. And then we can just call it it. Thus solving the problem once and for all. We don't need this. Nope, we don't need the bracket anymore. Unequipped 0, and then we canceled. Okay. How about this does need to be in a and a bracket. This does need to be an array. I got too excited. Unequipped floodlight and then canceled. All right, we got to fix that message now. But if I try and remove things, it cancels. That's fine. I would actually want it to say like no item. Item not found. No item in tool slot. Bad part is that it means I gotta go through the harder parts quicker. Yeah, that's true. That's exactly why I would think it would be harder. Unequip the floodlight. No tool in that slot. All right. So at this point, I think the only thing we gotta resolve now is this canceled. So there's two ways to do that. I could just make this an elif, a big old elif, and that's a solution. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm just gonna make the input mode and break that out of the if. If event. I think I need to keep this though, because otherwise it'll crack on mouse movement. Blender's gonna be the death of me, but if I can learn the code, then I for sure can figure out Blender. Good luck. They're completely different skill sets, so you know I wouldn't necessarily agree with that statement, but I should add a period punctuation here. Unequipped floodlight. Select item to remove, canceled. Oh, that didn't even move. Oh, but no, that's right. That's actually the correct behavior. Remove floodlight. All right, now we should test out. What if I get a second item? Oh my God. Give me that stun baton, please. Auto moving, thank you. Is that a laser pistol? It is. Most of Blender's creativity in remembering what everything does. I mean, if you know how to use Blender, then yeah. And hard work. Hard work is probably the most important part of art. There's no shortcut. Which is why I think it's often not popular. Okay, no, I have two items now. Okay, so I want to remove the terrain scanner, and I did it. All right, now what if we put the terrain scanner back on? What if I remove the floodlight? And we did it. All right, and then we add the floodlight back. So I think we did it. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna consume these eye, this eye, this eye, and this med gel pack. I mean, this eye. I gotta fix the inventory graphics at some point. Oh, that's nice. Oh, you have no idea how much that's like making me enthusiastic to continue. Maybe we can have auto combat? No. No. That's a good idea, but next thing I want to do is done. I would like to make it so that the 4 tool slots. Let's do that. All right, I'm gonna actually do this first. Cool. Let me rename this. Tool 3. I think the way I've coded this should be pretty buttoned up. I should not have a lot of work to do to make this work. That's the goal. Tool 4. I feel like one reason you're not burnt out is the fact that you know what you're doing, and each time you succeed in fixing something, it gives you more motivation. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'll dispute that. I mean, early on when I was doing this, I was getting help from people who just pop into chat and be like, "Hey, did you know that you're doing that wrong?" And that was a little bit of a head start, but that doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. But every time I succeed in fixing something, yeah, that absolutely is energizing. The game is a little better, and it's my fault. Okay, so I think we need to go to the label handler now. Cool, I need to go to the label handler script now. Oh, no, I need, actually, is this set up? This might just be set up. I might have just gotten that for free. But we need to go to the inventory handler. So up here at the top, we specify the num tool slots. Let's make that a 4. All right. Let's get 4 tools. It's not, we're not, hold on. I never configured drop weapons. This is not done. Wait a minute, unequipping equipment. Unequip weapon slot. Okay, do I have that right? Oh, I did the off by 1 here. Okay, so maybe I should have done that. Like so. Just to keep convention. Then we go back to our function, the inventory handler. Unequip tool slot. I-1. No. I. All right. Now let's do that for weapons. Also for unequipping items. Just to make sure, I don't have a function for doing that already, right? Equip weapon, equip tool, unequip weapon, set active weapon, swap active weapon. I wanted to bind this to X. Just call that function, but that is a stretch goal. Move from belt, drop belt, unequip tool slot. All right, right here. Should be able to unequip weapons now. Now let's go and test. Let's test everything. All right. What is that thing on the left side? Is that an eye? Okay, I'm getting slimed. That's the laser pistol. Oh, I didn't switch the readied keys. I pressed 3, which is the old button to equip a weapon. Will we be doing Bracky's Game Journey Jam in February? Well, never mind, you might not because you only get a week. Yeah, I'm not doing a game jam in February. I'm taking a break in February. My next game will not be until March for 100%. Okay, we unequipped the laser pistol. Good job, us. So that works. I can't activate the rest of the things in my inventory because I didn't set that up. Let's set that up right now. I look for themes for it, and I feel like a best friend topic would be best for me and my friend. Can't argue with that. Oh. Activate weapon slot. 0. 1. I feel like putting the weapons on 5 and 6 doesn't make sense, but putting them on 3 and 4 didn't make sense either. Can make a game with a dog or something, kind of like Man's Best Friend, maybe a survival game. It's a good direction to go in, for sure. I think dog 100% qualifies as best friend. Okay, I cannot fight all of this. Okay. Not like this. Not like this. All right. I need to find more tools. Oh, there's one. Terrain scanner. Oh, good. There it is. Okay, motion tracker. All right, now we can turn both of those on. And it worked. Let's just acknowledge that it worked right off the bat. Okay. Let me set the motion tracker on. I'm running low on energy. Okay. Oh no. So this testing successful. We've activated the third thing in our inventory slot. Can we remove it? We removed it. All right, we're good. Remove one, remove one, remove one. Equip. Nope, that's the wrong button. Equip, equip, equip. Perfect. All right, we're almost dead, but we have a med gel pack. I should probably just use the floodlight. Med-tastic. All right, we get the laser pistol B. We're gonna turn it on. Have I been not using my stun baton this whole time? Oh, there's the exit. Okay. That's going to be the next thing I fix. If I find one more item. Oh, well, I think I had found one more item, but then I abandoned it. I'm going to fix exits once they're revealed, never unreveal. And I'm just going to hard code that. That's a mistake I made. I think in hindsight, I probably should have made the exit a tile. And now it's too late. Give me a battery. Give me a battery. You guys have batteries. Give them. No battery. All right. And I'm getting kicked by a dog. Give me the battery. Okay, then we have the biogel fab. Oh no, the portable fusion cell. Perfect. Okay, now we have generating energy. We're doing all the things. Excellent. That's what I wanted. We can quit. The next thing I'm going to do make exits not disappear when you see them. I wrote that down somewhere. That UI looks slick. Thanks. Someday I'll finish it, and then it'll look even slicker. Not yet. Exit. Did I really not write that down? Wow. All right. Cool. Let's write it down now. Add exits don't become hidden outside of LOS. And we're just going to do that by going to the viz handler and say, hey, is the thing you're about to set visible if item is exit? I don't know why not exit. All right, well, that's wrong. Uh-oh. So what if we set it invisible in the level jammer? Floor. No, it's a handler. It's a handler. Floor handler. The floor handler doesn't do anything. It defers everything. So we go to the floor strategy. Default add exit. Add primary exit. Item.visible equals false. All right, maybe that'll fix it. I think that fixed it. All right, let's go. Yeah. Really? I'm cornered by two slimes. We're gonna count that off. That's a fix. There are other items that I think make sense that they don't become hidden when you can't see them, like doors. I don't know how I'm going to implement that. Maybe in the visibility handler, we say items and mobs that are in this list we ignore, and the exit is one of them, but it's not the only one. The exit might be the only item. I think I want doors to be mobs because you can run into them. And that's the only reason. Honestly, I wonder if what we should do is make it so that when you spawn an item, it's hidden by default. Because I think we've been relying on the visibility handler to make everything invisible. Go through the list of everything, make everything that we can't see invisible. Maybe we can't get away with that anymore. Maybe we need to go to the level handler. Level scanner. When we add an item, we make it invisible. Let's try that. Does that result in invisible mobs? Or does the visibility handler? I don't know if the floodlight. Okay, I also don't know, because we spawned on the exit. I don't know if that counts, but we can. I think it worked because we can see that butterfly. And no mobs just popped into existence on our heads. The bone snapper. Oh, we died to a kestrel because we had our bone snapped. That's the thing I need to add, fix. Debuff icons. And buff icons, but you know what? Those are less important because we know we've got a buff. That's done. Make models move randomly around. That would be nice. Let's go to the entity. Do move. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, maybe we don't do it here. Maybe we do it in the movement handler. Because this isn't deciding where we move. This is just doing the move. Mob.takeTurn. Okay, it might have been in the take turn function. That's probably what we want. Yeah. So this is the attack logic. Range cooldown equals false. Set point solid. Okay. So if the player has the effect camo, vision -1. Maybe instead of that, var effective vision equals vision. Okay, and then we can do this. If the path size is 2 and the distance is less than the effective vision, do a move towards the player, else do a random move. But let's only randomly move like 20% of the time. If randi range 0, 4 equals 0. Then do move from get random direction. What if we have a function called get random direction? But that might move the mob into a wall. And we've put a thing in the entity code. If self is player. If the player does it, then we stop auto moving. Else, so this is false. So we can just comment this out. Pass. It doesn't hurt to try and then just do nothing. We've just sort of assumed that this can never happen. But it can happen now because mobs move randomly sometimes when they feel like it. Which should be all the time. Do range. Oh, I need to go to my dir mapper. Utility direction mapper. Get random function. Get random direction. Return vector to I randi range -1 to 1 randi range -1 to 1. Let's move in that direction. What's the worst that could happen? All right, we did it. All right, we got to find the motion tracker so that we can there it is. No, that's the terrain scanner. I'm sorry. Terrain scanner, why not? Oh, the mobs are fighting each other. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. They're just fighting each other. Oh no. That's why I had that commented out, isn't it? Well, the good news is they're not stopping me from auto running. Alright, well, we can fix that. We can say mobs do not attack other mobs. Unless... they're not hostile. They're not, like, seeking each other out. They're just randomly running into each other. And sometimes they randomly run into each other, and then they randomly run into each other. And then I keep saying that word until it loses all meaning. There's the motion tracker. 7, 3, equip. Well, I think all the mobs are dead, so... oh, well, I don't need the motion tracker to know that this works because all the mobs have been punching each other. We go to mob. No, we go to this is no, we go to mob. No, we go to entity. We go to entity. Look at the movement code, and we say if a mob tries to move into if a mob tries to move into a solid location, we just give up. If self is mob, return. Okay. This is sort of unnecessary check then at that point, so we can just save a cycle. Okay, now mobs should not just start punching each other. Oh my god, stop spawning. Thank you. You got the eye. Terrain scanner, the wrong one. Could I just spawn myself a motion tracker? Yeah, I could. I could do that. I know it's somewhere on this level. Finding it is this is like time for my brain to rest. Oh, there it is. Okay, 8. Are you gonna move? Oh, they're doing it. Heck yeah. Please stop spawning. Okay, please don't kill me. I mean, I actually don't care. I'm done. I don't know why I feel a compulsion to kill the slimes before I stop playing. Okay. All right. Done. Make mobs remember the player. So the idea is that if a mob goes out of vision, they remember the player's last position. And they move there. And then once they go there, they move randomly. So the way we can do that, it's not hard. It's not a hard problem. But we need to define a variable for like player dest. We should probably put that in the mob logic, not the entity logic. Take turn. So when we do this, we've spotted the player, so we need to track where they are. Last player loc. Last player loc equals player loc. Okay. Elif last player loc is not equal 0, or I should say null. Do move, do an A star to the last player loc. Do move. And then if the mob loc is, if the mob moves into the last player location, then set it to null. If mob loc, how am I getting mob loc? There it is. Equals last player loc. Last player loc equals null. Okay, that should do it. That should do it. If we move, okay. If we move out of range, the mob should chase our ghost, or not our ghost, our last position. So we just need to find a corner in that butterfly. Oh, no, did we die? Invalid index. How is that possible? The path was an array of size 0. Oh, that means the movement was impossible. Okay. Let's go ahead. Oh, we see a bat. Kill the bat. Oh, a motion tracker. Nice. That'll help us immensely. Where are all the mobs? There's one. Okay, the slime. You no longer see me, but you're still chasing me. No longer sees me. This is perfect. This is... Okay, yeah. I can't lose them. Because they remember my last look. Perfect. Let's get like 10 of these guys chasing me. This guy quit, but I think I'm okay with how that turned out. I think I'm okay. Like, this is not ideal. There are ways I can make this better, but this is good enough. Done. Because I could do something where, like, enable partial moves. And then... Well, I could do that, actually, couldn't I? Because the partial move, partial path, it only blows up if you try to move to a location that's solid. So we can just grab this. Why am I doing this if it doesn't matter? True. Allow partial path. Why don't I allow the partial path up here if I'm setting this to false and then true? Did I? Why did I forget that? That doesn't sound like me. Me forgetting something? Did I make a mistake? This is a completely unnecessary upgrade. So if it bugs out, I'm totally fine with abandoning it. Oh wow, a lot of dudes chasing me. A lot of dudes? Are they gonna keep chasing? Do we have a lot of dudes chasing? No, they gave up. They gave up at various points. Why does the exit keep spawning in the same room as me? That seems highly suspect. That keeps happening. Hold on. That cannot be luck. Floor pattern. Floor strategy. Add primary exit. If you give me the room, I will put the player in that room, or the exit in that room. So, oh, it's because I'm reusing the room rect. How long have I been doing that? Let's go find some mobs. That one will do. All right, we go out of line of sight, and they don't freeze up. Let me try and go out. Oh, is that bat? The bat gave up. Why'd they give up? They should have had me as the last player coordinate they saw was like here-ish. So I don't know why they gave up. They shouldn't have. This one should have given up. Why are they still chasing? The itty bitty tiny green screen is so funny. I love it. Thanks. I don't know. I'm just gonna fall apart. I'm just gonna say that's done and move on. I would like to implement the tunnel bug. Oh, I do need to fix that. I do need to fix that. That's kind of critical. Let's figure that one out. So let's look at the code. No, it's a utility. Let's look at our level gen helper. So stupid. We've got the length of tunnel here, and this is, I think that's accurate. We can assume that's accurate. We have a wall array and a floor array. Why do we have those? We take the tunnel oak and we start at the start point. And then we iterate. And as we're iterating, we're setting if the area to the left and the area to the right are empty, we put a wall there. But they have to be empty for that. And then if we're making a horizontal one, we go up and down. Wait, why is this level.set cells terrain connect up 0? Why did I do that for there but not for this here? Did I just fail? Set cells terrain connect. Okay, but okay, that I don't know why I did that, but the important thing is why is the that we're checking to make sure that the tile is empty before we place anything there. So there should be no case where we put a wall somewhere where there's already a floor. That should never happen. And we're doing the same thing here. It has to be -1. So this must be the culprit. I don't check if this is null. And I should. I really should. So let's grab that null check, or not null check, but wallRay.append dir mapper get direction. What? I should just do something like that. That should guarantee that we never place a wall somewhere it doesn't belong. Guarantee. We got the floodlight. It doesn't guarantee that the wall corners won't be jorked up because I didn't call the thing to set the level terrain connect, and why didn't I do that? I don't know. I do not have a good reason for that. Can we go ahead and fix my lapse? That's really what it is. Will that fix the terrain not being connected? Because I was curious, like, why was that happening? And the answer was, oh, actually, it's because you're lazy and you just never did it. Because if that's the case, all right, well, great. Why is this exit in this room? Oh, well, okay. Because it's randomly picking a room, and this is a room, so it could randomly pick this room. Yeah. Okay, I'm completely surrounded. I'm going to die. Oh, I should use my stun baton. Does more damage. Terrain scanner. Yeah, this will help me see if the level is broken. Oh, laser pistol A. Okay, this corner is still broken. And the reason it's still broken is... No, I thought I knew, but no. I don't know. I do not know. Why is that still broken? Oh, shoot. Ooh. Good find. Ooh. Great find. Okay, does any of the level look awkward? No. That's actually a great room. This is a great example of everything working as it should. This is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Getting eyeballed. Motion tracker. Why can I see all that? Oh, it's because of the level scanner. Yeah. And this looks correct. I don't see any out of place corners this time. Why did I see them last time? I didn't change anything. I just thought I did something and then I didn't do it. Where's the exit? There it is. All right. Let's look around this level. Not that way, though. That's a problem. All right. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for that happening, but we're gonna say it's done for now until proven otherwise. Mob should drop currency. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I want to work on a button to detach the camera. I'm very worried about this one, but yeah. Oh, I should do this one first. Bias drops out of the starting room. Bias drops in the exit room. Easily done. Let us do it. Floor strategy 1. Floor strategy 2 and floor strategy 3 all need to remove the room that the player is in after they spawned there. So room Rex. I'm gonna add items, and then I'm gonna remove the player from the player room from the list of mobs and exits. So room X dot erase room rect. And that's it. That's all we have to do. Oh, and if I want to bias mobs in there, room rex dot. Oh, well, okay. If I'm going to do that, I need to add the exit first so I know where to put the enemies. And then we room rex dot add append room rect. So we have the same element on the array twice. So that just biases enemies in that room. Done. Let's propagate this over to all of these. Would it be best to put this in a like default setup? Yeah, that would have been smarter. Maybe I'll do that next, but first let me test this out. Okay, an item spawned in here, but mobs did not. And I don't get an exit because, well, I don't get an item because it was in a wall. So items spawn in this room. That's fine, but enemies do not. Let's find the exit room. I really should have found a weapon. Why didn't I do that? Okay, I think I'm a host. But also, is this the exit room? I don't get to find out. Oh, there it is. This corner. Why is that like that? It's only top left corner? So was the level gen like this? Ooh. Stop dodging. Damn it. And I'm out of energy. just want to see if the exit has more enemies than I would expect, because it's supposed to be twice as likely to have an enemy in there. But at this point, I don't know. Well, there's no way for me to really tell. Really? Okay, there's 3 something dudes over there. Is the exit over here? Nope. The exit's over here. Okay. There are a lot of enemies over here. I don't know. Whatever. Done. Done to my satisfaction. Add message item. Oh, I know what I meant by that. No. I'll do that later. Vending machines, no. We need to implement currency first. Oh, I don't want to implement currency. That's going to take a lot of brain power that I don't want to... make oxygen drops scarce. No. Make tools consume much less energy. I do need to do that. I want to add a multi-purpose number to every tool. I have the graphic. I have it. It's not in my arts folder. I need to go grab it. I guess I can do that. I'll make the graphic. Let me open it up in GIMP. Damn, I've made a lot of art for this game. I'm crazy. I should not have done that. Is this it? Toolbar? Yeah, that's it. All right, I'll put that on screen in just a minute. I need to go to the tool. Items tool. Var multi-purpose number. Var prognum, var max prognum. I don't know. I shouldn't set a default. I should set a default because my art is going to expect me to set a default. So we'll set it at 100. Is it really worth saving 4 letters just to make that a lot less clear? No. We're going to need to have every tool implement that 9 number. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. First, let's make the UI implement it. All right. So let me grab the UI. Put it up. Oh, I'm back. Was working on my game. Watched a tutorial about the basics. Got movement in first person. Now can't get the camera to follow the way the mouse looks. That's how it begins. Get things moving. So right now, this is just one big thing, one big picture. It's kind of hard to tell because the thing is in the way, but that's just all together. I need to separate this out. So I need to export the bar, but I want to export it. I only want to I don't want to export this top part. Like this top half, I don't want that to export. I do need to hide the under. So what I'm gonna do is go to here. Shoot. I want to select what is visible and then delete everything that's not there. So basically, or does it matter? It actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm actually gonna do this over here because this monitor is a lot better. Export the over. Let me go to GIMP. Let me go to Godot. Shoot. I'm spacing out. Toolbar over. Toolbar under. Toolbar prog. All right. The exporting is complete. Now I think this is a Sprite 2D, and I don't want it to be a Sprite 2D. I actually want it to be a progress texture bar. Can I just change it? I could have sworn there was a way to change the node. Change type. There it is. Texture progress bar. Texture rect. All right. Now we have to take our favorite fill from left to right. Yeah, that sounds right. Texture. Here it is. Under. I just imported them. They're here. Toolbar under. Oops. Toolbar over. Progress. Okay, and then I have to line it back up in a position, but that's not a big deal because I'm so good. Did I do it? I actually hadn't done a perfect job before anyway, so if I need to, I can readjust. No, this is right. All right, so min value. No, let's see what happens when we give it like 10. $20. Why isn't this happening? Is it because it's being, did I swap these? The bar is background. All right. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Yeah, it's up here. That's the problem. We have to move this. Could I have measured this out? Yeah. Why didn't I do that? No comment. There it is. 3616 is the pixel. 100. Boom. All right. So that's set up. Now we just need to repeat the process three more times. call you tool 2. Oh, but actually you're tool 5. Just kidding. No, you're tool 2. Put you in the where the grid says you belong. I should do this in this order. Okay, that's where that goes, but this one is actually off by a little. No, come on. Why isn't it snapping? Why isn't it snapping? Well, it'll snap there. I do not understand this snap to grid. Is that actually? Oh. What is it snapping to right now? No, snap to grid. Perfect. Oh my god, that's so much easier. Wait, excuse me. Hello? That's not the grid. Can you snap to grid, please? What are you snapped to? No, all of the other ones are snapped. Am I... What is this? Okay, offset. Oh, this isn't... Oh, I'm not done. Oh, that's the problem. Get that out of here. Where's tool 4? Oh. There we go. Perfect. And they line up. Oh, and they also block each other. Oh, they will line up as soon as I do that. Perfect. Okay, and then we take the active thing here, and we gotta line that up as well. Sure, that's good enough. All right, and then we take the text. This is approaching the final stage of our UI. So if this is not good, then I'm doomed. But I'm not going to be doing better than this. Let's make it functional. All our tools now have a variable. Progress bar? Is that what I called it? I call it like max progress and progress. Tools. Progress num, max progress num. All we have to do now is go into the label handler. Every time we update the toolbar, update those values. And the way I programmed it, it should be pretty simple. Get node tool. Okay, wait, what's going on here? Okay, if the tool size is greater than the num tool slots, we can't nail that. We don't need this print. For I in range, get parent player inventory num tool slots. Okay, so for every tool slot, okay, we clear out the tools. So what I want to do, get node dot UI tool 0 dot format I plus 1. Could I have just copy and pasted? Yeah, easily. Dot value. What are they called? Value 0, and then we'll set max value to 100. Yep. That's probably a float. It's a float. All right, and then I made this caps, and I bet that doesn't work. And then over here, for every tool that does exist, set the value equals to the tool list I dot progress num and tool list I max progress num. And I hope I can pass in an int. I mean, it kind of works, but it's a lot smaller than I hoped. Maybe I can make the tools, the bar itself a little bigger. I was actually kind of hoping that it would fill up this whole space. So maybe I could afford to make them each like 33% bigger. Scale. Transform 1.3. Oh no, we gotta make it fit. And of course, the grid is like, oh, I don't know, man. You do you. Can I select multiple of these? No. Oh wait, did I? Oh, I did. There we go. Okay. That does not look good. Also, why am I... Uh... 1.3 is too big. What about 1.25? What is going on there? Why is that happening? Oh. Let me zoom in. What is this? Why is that happening? 1.1. I guess being too small is better than being too large. Yeah, that still looks jank. No, I can tell. Nope, that was not the reset button. That's the reset button. I can just undo. All right. I mean, that doesn't look ideal. But it's out of the way at least. That's all I can really say. Maybe what I can do is I can space them out a little. Dun, dun, dun. I should probably move it more. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. Maybe because it's in the corner. And the tips are being cut off. Okay. I mean, it's fine. It's something I shouldn't worry about. This is something that I should let someone who knows how to design handle. And yeah, all right. Now let's make all the tools use this new bar so that we can make them a lot more energy efficient. What I'm thinking is that for the floodlight and the flashlight, it's something to the effect of like, all right, every 10 turns it costs 2 energy to keep these items on, and then the bar will drain. And then when it empties, you have to refresh its power. So on activate, take turn. If num progress num equals 0, less than or equal to 0. That else progress num minus equals 5. And then we copy that onto the floodlight as well. All right. This drains a lot less power. Why isn't that draining? Then that bar should be draining. It's not. Okay. I goofed this. Oh, I never reset it. I never reset the progress num. I'm smart. Okay, that bar's not draining. Why is the bar not draining? It's only updating. It needs to update every turn now, and it's not. So we need to go into the movement handler. Why is that our turn? It just is, I'm sorry. Level.redraw visibility. Get parent.update UI. No, we're calling update UI. What? Wait a minute. Update UI. I mean, whatever. We just label handler. Nope. Dot update. What's the function? Update toolbox. We can't do that. This needs the tool list. Player.inventory manage handler.tool list. We can't do that. That's not a thing. What is it called? Tool slots. All right, there we go. All right, now this should, wait a minute. Why is that happening? Oh, whoops. If active and nope. If not active, return. Trying to take a shortcut, but I'm mentally exhausted. So it was not meant to be. All right, so now we have our floodlight. It would be cool if that bar changed color as it like depleted, but whatever. All right, so now we can leave. We can just leave our floodlight on, and it will trickle drain our energy rather than me needing to consume eyeballs. And the thing is, if we turn it off, why didn't that reset? That should have reset our progress. If we turn it off, it should set our prognum to 0. I guess I should also have it spawn with 0. So turning it on costs power. So we turn it off, no power. Perfect. That's what I want. We turn it on, it costs power. But then like the power, like the 2 energy we give to it lasts a long time, which is a lot more pleasant of a game. So I don't have to drop around energy power. I don't have to drop around eyeballs all over the dungeon. Yeah. All right, got our energy pistol. All of our items need to be updated to do this. How did this happen? That shouldn't have happened. This should never have happened. Unless this is 2 rooms smashed together, but that can never happen. The player sees that and then they're going to be like, whatever. Oh, I know how that happened. We tried to create a tunnel from here, the center of this room, to the center of this room, which is here, I guess. And this is the optimal path it gave. Suboptimal. All right, I need to fix all the other tools with the same logic. Active camo. To do implement camo, great. Let's just skip that one. This one I'm actually going to have it count up. Maybe I should have prognum just start at 0 instead of at 100 for tools. That should be the default. That makes more sense. Sorry, brain fart. Okay, so this thing will, when you activate it, it will set its progress num to 0. So on if active, progress num plus equals 5. If progress num, I should put this at the end. Greater than or equal to 100. What happens if that goes above 100? Let's find out. We're not going to find out through this thing, though. We're going to find out through our floodlight. Did I actually? I did. We're going to find out through the floodlight, and then I don't actually do it. Set this to 1,000. No, the bar respects. Okay, that's good. Great job, Godot. The bar will respect. So we can overflow that number. It's totally fine. So I want this thing to be like, let's check what the energy level is. And if the energy level is below 10, we should immediately deactivate. If energy, player, get parent dot get parent. Dot energy is less than 10, activate tool, which also deactivates the tool. If the progress num is greater than 100, health is less than get parent dot max health. Is it health or hit points? Oh no. What is it? Pop quiz. Where is it? Entity? Oh, there it is. It's hit points. Okay. Only activate if there is something to heal. Okay, so the biogel fab, every 20 turns, will turn 10 energy into 10 health until the target is fully healed. We can make that a lot faster. We can make that like every 9 turns. The energy shield. This one will benefit greatly from this because we have no other way of visually representing shields. And we should actually set the player shield to 0. Progress num equals 0. Get parent dot shield equals 0. If you turn off the energy shield, you don't have shields anymore. Yeah. Let me just make sure that is, yeah. What is this? Okay. Shield plus equals amount. Where's shield being set? That's an entity thing, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Why did I put add shield in the player, but the shield variable is here in the entity? I make strange decisions sometimes. Anyway, we deactivate, we turn off the shield. No shield. But we map the prognum equal to the amount of shield. Oh, we added a counter for us here. That's okay. We'll use that. Okay. Get parent dot shield times 20. Or actually, we can just max progress num equals 5. So if we get a shield, the bar will tell us how much shield we have. We already fixed these. This progress equals 0. This we can just take the same logic we took for the floodlight. Progress num? Yeah, all right. The metal shield, I don't think does anything, so yeah, that can just stay at a 0. Motion tracker, same logic. We can tweak this number a little bit. I do want to adjust the level scanner because I think we can make this a little cooler without not a lot of work. The fuel, we can just make that num progress. Progress num. I've done that enough times that maybe I regret naming this what I've named. All right. Progress num. Progress num. And I want this to add more energy than it does, or add more oxygen than it does. All right. Boom. Speed exoskeleton. We can just take this and copy it over. Toxin filter. A little more complicated, but not much. Not much more complicated. Oh, but we need to make sure that we only drain energy if the target has poisoned. So we want the progress bar to count up. Progress, oops. Yeah, I think for these I needed to also add like progress num equals 0. Oh, I did it. Okay, so all the tools should be updated to use the bar now. Wait a minute, head off. Oh, I missed your message. Sorry. Thanks for stopping by, the one and only Bacon. Hope you have a good one. All right, so the floodlight. I'm gonna make this big. Yeah, this bar meters out our energy usage, so it's a lot nicer now, and we can be a lot more sparing with the energy pickups. I'm probably just gonna remove eyes, implement trees from reaping the dungeon, have them spawn fruit instead of you need to harvest the tree. The tree is just passive, but it spawns fruit, and that will be the primary source of energy recharge in the game, I think. That and killing bots, I think that's still fine. But just picking up fuel off the ground, it's kind of tedious and gritty in a bad way. We consume all our eyes. We picked up a laser pistol at some point. Let's put it on. We got the terrain scanner. Let's see if that... Oh, I need to turn it on. All right. We're scanning. I could have the terrain scanner be something where it only works whenever this bar finishes charging, and then it eats power. I think that'd be cooler. But also, right now it's just a visual boom, which is whatever. But maybe if it like revealed random tiles instead, like it picked 10 random tiles and it revealed them. Oh, I've got the laser rifle. Let me use that. Wait a minute, do I have... Yeah, let me drop the stun baton. I don't need that. And also let me unequip. That's not the unequip button. Unequip. I held D. Thinking that like that would make a difference. Did not program it that way, so no. Let me drop the laser pistol. Equip the energy shield. Let's see how that works. Yeah, it's draining power. It's draining a lot of power to charge up our shield. Well, let's see how it works in a fight. It'd be cool if I could modulate this to be blue. If I could specify a color. If the item specified a color. Okay, I think how it is right now, I'm happy with. See, the energy bar depleted itself. It's nowhere near the hit point bar, so you, as a player, you have to kind of like be alert. But I think I'm happy with how that appears. Ooh, oh no, that's the laser pistol. I don't care. Get that out of here. 9. Oh, laser rifle B. I say that like the game is doing me a solid. Whoops, I did not mean to drop that. I meant to equip that. I meant to unequip laser rifle A, and then we're going to drop it. Why am I punching? Oh, Yeah, you know what? We're going to fix that right now. We're not going to punch every enemy. Why don't I have the metal shield activated? Okay. Player punched. We only punch if we don't have a weapon equipped. So if we have a weapon equipped, we should zap or bash. So if it's a ranged attack, we're zapping. If it's a melee attack, we're bashing. Simple as that. Small fix. Important for brain. I'm gonna remove the metal shield, and it dropped on the floor. That's fine. We're gonna equip the biogel fabricator and watch it in action. It'd be cool if that bar was red. Oh, we got the portable fusion cell. Nice. All right, I'm gonna take this off. Remove. I really want to hold Alt and then press 2 to remove it. I don't know why. That's not how that works. Why is my portable fusion cell almost depleted? Progress num equals 500. Why does it drop to 100? Why did that happen? I am gonna, okay, so first of all, portable cell. When we take our turn, let's print what progress num is. And then we're going to spawn one in level 0 because I don't want to go through 3 levels to find it. Item equals portable cell.new. All right. Damn it. Really? That's fine. Let's turn it on. 500, 499. Why is this number? Why is this bar like that? So we're not getting cheated out of the power of our cell. We're just not getting the I don't know. I have no idea. There's something wrong with the function. Let's go down to portable cell. Max progress num. Is that the right variable? Did I just invent that variable? No? Okay, so that's right. So we go to our level handler, or label handler now. What the heck? Is that not actually called max value num? Or max value? I thought it was. I thought I looked. It's a float. Does that matter? Can we print what the... can we print what this is? What have we done? All right, first of all, floodlight. Cool. Remove floodlight. All right, excellent. No, max value is correct. If max value is correct and value is correct, then what's wrong? Am I missing something important? Wait. Why is this 100? Wait a minute. That shouldn't be 100. It should be 500. What? Is it because I need to set these in reverse order? Because this says the max progress number is 100 when I call this, and then I change the max progress number later. I did not realize that. Yeah, okay, that was blocking the assignment. Got it. Okay, fixed. I forgot the thing I was gonna do. Nah, it's gone. I forgot. Oh, I was going to try changing colors. Label handler. Get node dot modulate. Color. Visibility dot modulate. I mean, it says that's a color, or that says that's a function. 1, 1, 1. Can we make that white? Oh, there's no such function. What are you talking about? This function doesn't real. What am I looking at then? Is it dot modulate, like big M? Oh, it's not a function. All right, so if I wanted that, maybe these should have been white. Oh, no, that's not right. No, I don't want to modulate the whole thing. I just want to modulate the bar. Oh. Can I get the texture progress bar dot modulate? Textures. Texture progress dot modulate. That's not a thing. You can't do that on a compressed texture. You're ridiculous. I don't know. It's not the end of the world if I can't change the color. I could change the color in GIMP. I could be like, get texture in the item, and then when you get node, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Who am I? Texture progress. What do you have? Texture 2D. Tell me about that. What's your deal? Get width, draw rect, get height, get size, has alpha. Encode. Is they use the node's modulate property for a color tint, while more complex effects might require creating or modifying an image texture. Okay. Well, we already know the modulate is false, so What do you think, random Reddit thread? Shaders are the most performant way to do it in real time, and it isn't as hard as it sounds. Okay. Can I do it to a texture 2D? Okay, let me go back to Godot texture 2D. This inherits the texture resource, or the texture object, which it has nothing. This inherits a resource. I doubt this matters. So texture 2D is pretty bare bones in terms of its features. So if there is a modulate, I need to get like, maybe get image dot modulate. Does image have modulation? No. Or it might go back. Oh no, it inherits resource. No, there's no modulation. That's not a thing. This doesn't exist. Oh, wait a minute. There is a modulate, but it's not like a property. Well, how do I set this? All right, let's go. What was this saying? The modulate property multiply. Okay, for sprite 2D, this is not a sprite 2D, this is a texture 2D. God. Texture rect. Okay, I tried modulate, right? On the texture progress. Maybe I'm not meant to do modulation on that. Like, that's not a... It's just not done. You wouldn't do that. It doesn't make any sense to do that. What is this? Compressed texture 2D. Does compressed texture 2D have a modulate? I mean, I wouldn't expect it to. No, it's just a texture 2D, but it has an extra function. Modulate texture progress bar progress. Texture progress tint. Is that a thing? Oh. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Oh. Smart. That's going to work, right? It's not going to... Nope. Can't assign the property or key tint with value color. That's absurd. Only an amateur would do that. Hold on, wait a minute. What is this? What am I doing? Am I breaking my game? The game that I've worked so hard to not break? It's broken now? I mean, this is doing like what I asked. Is it doing tint progress? Tint progress, okay. What am I doing? Okay, so the thing is, I'm trying to adjust. Hello? I'm trying to adjust the tint progress on this object, but the tint progress is actually on the texture progress bar. So there. Behold, it works for various definitions of work, because that's blue. That's blue, but it's not. That's not blue. The solution is if I go into GIMP and I change the color of that bar to be white instead of green, then I can just give it whatever color I want and it'll work. Like if I set it to this color. Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, it would look cool if it was giving me the color I wanted. But you know what? Tool list I dot get progress tint tool now has a function, an abstract function. No, it's not going to be abstract. Get progress tint, return color green. Yeah. And then we just say like, okay, so the floodlight, we want that to be blue, and the energy cell, we want that to be yellow. I don't know. Okay. We'll have to come back to that. But that's basically 0.75. .8. 0.9. Okay, but what if I just return null? Oh, we can't do that. What if we just, okay, what if we return color white? Great. What if I just skip all the items and then don't test them? Okay, what color is that? Because that's a fine like default. I'll go get that later. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, so here, done. I think I also wrote something about the toolbar. Maybe I didn't. Make tools adjust the progress bar color. And I'll just go later, not now, later, update that bar, put it in as white, grab the color, put that as the default color here, and then rock on. We'll just make each tool pick its own color. And then we've made the game slightly more polished. Slightly more polished. Make oxygen drop scarce. That's whatever. Leveling up. No. Sound effects. I should do that soon. Zooming in. I don't think I need to zoom in at this point. Zooming out. Yes. But zooming in. Oh, did I write that before I figured out how to zoom the camera, move the camera forward? Because this used to be a lot further away. I'm just going to take credit for that. Done to do zooming out. Autopilot's done, leveling up. Button to detach the camera. This might be, I might do this now, and then that'll be the last thing I do for tonight. Mob spawners, we do need to do that. Level content, that does need to happen. The mouse over tooltip, I I need to do that, and I want to procrastinate doing that. Move UI code, fixed language strings, I don't know. Grenade consumable, no. Mob should drop currency. That might be a Tuesday thing. Vending machines, create emergency. I want to improve. I just want to improve like the feel of the game. I want movement to feel less like a chore. Oh, I know. So there's a reason this offset has been here. That's there and that's always been there. And it's because I want to put the item itself right here. Because all of the items that I've implemented actually have an on-off image that you don't get to see because there's no way to show them. But, that's a waste. So I'm going to do that right now. So the idea is when we have the tool, in our inventory, when we have the tool in our toolbar specifically, and when we have a weapon in our weapon bar, I would like there to be a sprite 2D, and the sprite 2D, it doesn't actually be a new sprite 2D, it could be a node 2D, and then we will add child to the item. To the node 2D, and then that'll make the item show up. Let's just worry about making the item show up for now. All right, so we switch over to this. I'm gonna do weapons first because they've been patient. Node 2D. This does need to be a 2D node. It can be behind the text. Weapon 1. Graphic. Technically, I could have them like attached to an existing element here, but I'm worried that the offsetting is going to be annoying. So icon. And where is this? Okay, I want this to, I think it just needs to be here in this corner. And then I will need to size it. But future me problem. Okay, is that lined up? That might be lined up. All right, let's just get the weapons to show up first. That'll be good for my sanity. We go to the label handler. When we update the weapon box, why did I do this like this? So I think the item is actually, we don't need to parent it to the label handler because it's parented to the inventory handler. And I don't know what happens if I add like a million, if something has multiple parents. I don't know what happens and I don't want to find out. Which is unlike me because I like experimenting and seeing what happens. But you know what? I think this one I'm going to let go. We're going to go back to our label handler. UI dot. So if we have two weapons, UI weapon to icon, one icon dot. I don't need to do anything with this. Just kidding. All I need to do is set the position of the weapon to where this is. And if that's the case, then I put it in the top left corner thinking that like it would populate the sprite like this, but maybe I need to put this in the center. This is just like a position tracker. That's its purpose in life. Okay, go back to the script. Weapon list dot zero dot position equals dot position weapon list 0 dot visible equals true, and then we repeat. Okay. That should be it. That might just be it, like, entirely. Wishful thinking. Oh, I need to find a weapon. I don't spawn with a weapon. And that's bad for testing. Okay, I picked up a terrain scanner. That's not going to help me find a weapon. Oh, and I'm dead. All right, how about instead of that, we spawn. What is it called? Oxide gun. Okay, it didn't happen, so we already see that that's a fail. But why? Why did that fail? Could it be because the item child, its Z index is too low? It might be because it's behind the inventory. Let's experiment. Damn it. Nope, that's not why. Unless I set it to like 6,000, then maybe. Where is it? Okay. Print weapon list 0 dot position. Negative 7721. Well, that doesn't feel right. Is that really negative 7721? Is that position like relative in the wrong way? Because the weapon shouldn't be parented to the level. It should be parented to the inventory handler. Oh, but the inventory handler is connected to the player. No. That shouldn't matter. The camera, okay, so it should be relative to the camera. So wherever we put it, it should be like the right place. Can we try hiding like everything else? Technically, we can hide this too. Oh my God. Great, I hid the wrong thing. Negative 7721 is here. So the position is off. Really? Okay, hold on. So if I equip it, why is it still going there? What? Oh, because this is the wrong icon. That's why. Zero, zero. Where is that? That's at the top corner of my screen, right? Why isn't it here? Why isn't it there? I think I have to add it. Add parent. Label handler, add parent. Add child, I mean. Well, that's definitely wrong. What if I set the position to 0, 0? Vector 2, 0, 0.0, 0, 0.0. Where? What? Why is this so hard? Perhaps I need to set the position after I child it. No, maybe, maybe I should just copy the sprite instead of moving the weapon. That could work. I do have a function get sprite, don't I? That I did for some reason. No, I did that for tools. Or item. No, I did that for items. They're all items. Yeah, get sprite, set sprite. I have a set sprite. Okay. Can I make a duplicate and it's a shallow copy? Because that would be ideal. If I can just make a shallow copy, we're good. That does mean I need to change this to a sprite, which is fine. Change type sprite 2D. I mean, technically, no, technically, that's fine. We're not adding this as a child. Did I? What are the things? Okay, texture, I probably want to set .texture equals weapon list dot sprite. I'm hoping that's a shallow copy. Oh my God. Maybe it's a Z order thing. Maybe it's a Z order thing. Don't give up. Don't give up. Oh. No. Okay, maybe it's a Z order thing. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a Z index thing because the way I've got it set up. All right, there's nothing there, so it can't be a Z index thing. Yeah, there's nothing there. All right, it's not a Z index thing. Why isn't it showing up there? Does this exist? It does. Okay. What if I take the texture and I put a thing in it? It shows up. It's there. That's also like not the right. Oh no, because that's both frames. Animation, H frames. Well, now I know how to adjust that, but how do I get the sprite in? This is called texture. Set texture? Is that maybe what I need to type? Let's invent functions and hope that they're correct. Well, it didn't crash. What if I go down there? Nope, nothing. All right. Texture equals weapon 1 icon. Set sprite. Godot sprite 2D set sprite from code. Load. Uh, so we're certain that this is a sprite 2D, so something should be there. What if, okay, so what if I set something here? What if I set something existing here? Run. Where'd it go? Could it be because the sprite is not visible? No, it says visible is true. What if I do like, what if I do that? Great. Okay, well, I'm assuming it didn't like this. But what if I do this? Oh. Okay, this crashed. Unequipped weapon. Active weapon. So we tried to set active weapon, but we passed in a null. Well, we shouldn't do that. We just shouldn't do that. That's wrong. Turn this on. Okay, so what if we unready the rifle and then we drop it? So it exists now. Okay, and then we. I don't why? There's something wrong here. Something not right. We're setting this to a sprite 2D, a real one, not a fake one. We can see it, so it's not a case of like the weapon icon. There's something wrong with this, so it's definitely something wrong with the sprite. And do I need to type like duplicate? Nope. Okay. And we're spamming duplicates. Okay, so that's not good for memory. So we shouldn't do that. But also, there's a duplicate sprite in here and it's still not showing up. Why? Okay. We're working with the same sprite. The sprite is not visible at this time. Did I try making the web sprite visible? Maybe I need to make the item visible, not just the sprite. Like, maybe I need to do this. Like the visibility is inherited? No. Oh, it's still there. What if I duplicate it now? Why? It's visible here. So there's a duplicate here, but it's not good enough. Copy to another sprite code. Oh, if I duplicate it, I need to add it. Yeah, that's true. Or this. Oh, I need to grab the texture, not just the sprite. Okay. Is that true? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I need to do. Problem. It's not quite right, but because I would rather just grab the whole sprite item, but that is something. Could I do this? I can't just replace this whole item. What if I did like this? Oh, can't do that. That's ridiculous. The very idea is ridiculous. Oh, I know. Var icon equals this. Icon equals web sprite. There we go. Well, I just want to duplicate the sprite and put it here. But I don't want to duplicate it every frame. How to solve this problem? I guess that would work if I just copied all its values. I mean, technically I could copy web sprite dot h. Could do that. Oh my gosh, please stop. All right, now I need to make that bigger. Scale. First of all, we don't need this anymore, but we could make the scale 25% larger, I guess. That's so small. Two. What am I adjusting? The wrong thing? Yeah. Not bad. Yeah. What does it look like when we fire it? I need to implement that. So whenever we attack, so when the combat handler does a combat, do we have the weapon? Active weapon dot on attack. Is that a per weapon thing? Oh, I'm looking at the art. I need to find a place in the code to hook change the sprite that I've never done before and I didn't really think about because I'm an idiot. But I need to do it now. Nope, that's not a function that I can reliably set sprite. I could just say like func set frame 2 or set frame I and then func set sprite frame frame equals I, sprite.frame. What is this, C? You can't do that. Ridiculous. We go to the combat handler. Now this function exists and we say set sprite frame, which actually this could probably just be an item thing. Because our tools have the same necessity. Set sprite frame. Plus we have the sprite is here, so you know. Then we go to our combat handler. Attacker.inventory handler.active weapon.set sprite frame 2. All right, we have to change it back to 1. That'll probably be done in the movement handler. Let's go shoot something and see what happens. Make this bigger. It's not updating. Oh, because I need to update the weapon thing every frame now. Let's go to main. Let's update the thing every frame now. This is wildly inefficient. It would be better to just have like are there updates? Then update. Don't update every frame, but I'm doing this because, just because. And it's still not working. Hello? Why isn't that working? This should be updated. Print web sprite.frame. We set it to 2 and we never set it back to 1. I can't see my print line. It's 0. Why is it 0? Oh, I'm setting it to 2. I should set it to 1. We're 0 indexed. Okay. That's the problem. Combat handler. You tried. But you should be setting that to 1. Oh, there we go. Now we got a little beam. And then we should just movement handler. Update UI. So where do we handle like shooting? I guess this should be something if we move. When do we clear beams? Clear line attacks. Okay. We can do this in a smarter way than the way that we're doing it, and maybe we can go. I'm just gonna go back. The combat handler. When you set this sprite frame, get parent dot update weapon frame. And then we'll take this function in main. Is main the right place for it? No, it should be in the movement handler. Dot movement handler. Dot update frame. Update weapon frame. And then we go to the movement handler. We define this function, update level frame. Weapon. And then we define a array var wep sprites to update wep sprites to update dot append wep, and then for wep in wep sprites to update if wep sprites we go to the wep dot sprite dot frame equals 0. And then we go to main dot not update UI label handler dot update weapon box. Maybe. This is so gross. Oh, I'm almost at the finish line, so I'm just gonna. Get parent. Do I have the player? Oh, I do have the player. Dot weapon list. Okay, and then we go in the combat handler and we call that function as well. The one I should have grabbed. Attacker dot label handler. Okay, and then in the main, we don't need to update every frame anymore. We don't need to do that anymore. All right. Instant crash. Dot size. Okay, there's the sprite. We'll activate it. I didn't grab a flashlight, so we have to go hunting for a mob. That shouldn't take long, right? There's one. What was that? Oh, this isn't a function. Whoops. Sweet. We got two weapons. The code doesn't work with two weapons. Okay. We can't access weapon list because that's not what it's called, idiot. It's called weapon slots. All right. Come on, no enemies when I want them? It's like, no, sorry. It's not working. I think I know why. Because we're calling this function too early. We should be doing the rest of turn before we move, or we should be doing this. Do I need two arrays? Var. Prep, web, sprite. Fired, weapon sprites. And then for web in fired sprite, fired web sprites, web sprites to update dot append web fired web sprites equals nothing. Okay, that should make that work. Now it should wait a turn before clearing the effect. Okay. Fire, gone. All right, what if we fire twice in a row? That is no good. So we need to, when we go here, if we get that web and it's already in the web sprites to update, we need to remove it. Erase web. We're almost done. And the tools are going to be a lot easier to update because the tools are on off. Plus, we're already updating them every turn because we're updating that bar every turn. Yeah. Okay, if I fire twice in a row, it stays lit. Excellent. All right. Success. Now we need to go into the label handler and make this work for when you have two weapons. That should be easy. But before I proceed, I want to move this over. Go away. Why can't I click on it? What? Am I not clicking on it? What is... Thank you. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to move it over 1 pixel. It's like, no, actually, you can't do that. You can do anything but that. All right, I'm gonna test. Make sure that that's better. I'm actually okay with moving this text over like 2. Oh no, it's locked to the grid in a bad way. Did I ruin it? God, I hope not. Oh, that's too close. Okay, how about that? Oh shoot. I just looked at the time. No, I need to move that up 1. Is there like half step? Yeah, that's too high. That's too low. Surely there's a half step. Layout. Nope. Scale. Layout. There it is. Position. All right, let's try. That's the wrong direction. Let's try 12. Nope, that's the wrong direction. Let's try 8. Nope. 9. Does that look right? No. But it's close. Okay. I can't keep fiddling with the pixels if I don't have the label handler actually working. So let's get that working right now. We have this code. It's annoying, but it works. And that's it. I think actually that's not it, because we need to be able to clear the sprite. So weapon2 icon dot sprite equals nothing. Wait, why did I do this? Oh, that's something else. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, we have an image, and then if we unequip the item, it's gone. And then if we put it back, it's back. Can we find a second item? I don't have time for that. Let's implement the tool equivalent. The tool equivalent is a lot easier because on activate, change the sprite. On deactivate, change the sprite. Boom. That's annoying. Maybe there's a better way to do that. Tool Because, oh, activate tool. Perfect. We'll just change the sprite right here. Sprite.frame equals 0. Sprite.frame equals 1. That's it. All right, now we just got to update it in the label handler. And we have the exact thing we have. Oh, I haven't added it to, we don't have the, I have not added the icons yet for this. So we got to do that now. Okay, weapon 1 icon, welcome aboard. You are now tool 1 icon. Why are you unclickable? That's so irritating. Here, have a green, you're a sprite fly, it's fine. All right, let's move you up here. Why is it bigger? Why is it bigger? I don't even want this. All right, I'm just doing this. We're getting rid of that. Okay. Now we go into our label handler function. We have the magic words. Get node UI tool 0 icon dot format I+1 dot sprite equals null. We'll fix it. We're fixing it. We're fixing it. That's too many O's. Oh my God. UI.tool. This is actually I. We need to get node all of this. Format.I. Done. No, just kidding. We can't assign that. What did we do down here. Oh, the texture. We assigned a texture, yeah. Mabi. Okay, we got the portable fusion cell. There it is. Let's turn it on. There it is. It's on now. It's off, on, off, on, off, on. Yay. We gotta fix the text. Work in progress. Oh, why is it so big? Why is the floodlight so big? Please hold. Scale. Oh, that's tool 1. Tool 1 is 2.0. All right. Tool 2, what are you? 4.0. Yeah. No, that's why. 16.0. Okay. Well, we missed out on that. Okay, and then that one's fine. Oh, okay. The icon is not in the best spot. There's just not a lot of space there. Oh, okay. We have 2 weapons. Can we fire the second weapon just to see how it will work? We can drop laser pistol A. I mean, it's there. It looks whatever. This is pretty jank. This is not as good as I was hoping, but it does work. The technology is fine. Okay, let's see what the terrain scanner looks like lit up. Oh, I can make it bigger. I mean, that's pretty boring. Let's see what the stun baton looks like. Yeah, it's there. See the Oxide rifle, yeah. The O2 rifle. Okay, if I remove the portable fusion and then I put it back on, it still works. The UI didn't break. Excellent. We got the motion tracker as well. We're just everything, all the power. Okay. Okay, that's a game. It's a game. It's gaming. Just a little more math and it'll feel more like a game and less like a mistake. Oh. I'm not supposed supposed to be able to shoot things I can't see. This isn't supposed to work. Why is it working? I found a bug. I'm not going to fix it tonight. Bug. Fix bug. No shooting in the dark. Okay. Okay, what if we take off the terrain scanner? And then we put on the energy shield. Oh dear, that's a lot. Turns out it's fine. All right. What is that? What did we accomplish? I don't have a thing here for it? Oh, well, that's all right. I think next time I would like to implement, maybe not. I don't have sound effects, so I can't implement that. Button to detach the camera. Yeah, we should implement doors and keys. I think that is going to be helpful. Because that is a blocker for why I'm not making levels right now. Because, yeah. I think we'll just be working on this next time. And currency. I'll do that as well. We'll have currency. We won't be able to spend it, but we'll have it. And we will have the doors, keys, and chests. And then I think that's like, if we have time, we'll do more. Tomorrow's not going to be a long stream. Tuesday can be a long stream. Thursday can be a long stream. Every other day, short stream at best. So we still have time. I'll have more time to put into this, but not infinite time. I want to focus on things that will make level generation more interesting. That is our goal this week, is to make level gen more interesting. Once I get to a certain point, I will implement. My plan is to have 2 more level strategies, or level patterns. 2 more of these. So I have been doing a lot of research on, like, how do you do that? Because the rogue one is very basic, and I was looking at reaping the dungeon, and I don't know what the math is that they're using, but the level is also pretty basic. I would guess that this is just like the reaping the dungeon gen is an extension of the rogue dungeon gen, and mathematically, there are a lot of other options, and they make sense, and they're cool, and they're fun, and they make levels that look different. They feel different. But the thing that I want to focus on is a level generator that generates something a bit more measurable in terms of player experience. So I don't know what that looks like, but the idea is the level comes with like an early part of the level, mid part of the level, late part of the level, and the level needs to be connected in a way to make that a certainty. I don't know how to do that. I'm still researching that. I need to think about that. That might be something that takes more than 2 weeks to think about. That might be like build another prototype where it's just a level generation thing, and see if you can tune that to be something that is more interesting for the player. I can see why this is a topic where people can like spend 3 to 4 weeks on their level generator, and like each time they're making progress and improving, and it's like this is not something that I would say is a solved problem. But oh well. All right. What are we gonna do next? So this is it for me. I'm going to probably I don't know. Let me look for who is streaming right now. There's a lot of folks are streaming right now. Okay. Pick one. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had a good time. We're going to keep working on this. We got 12 days left to go. What is this page? 12 days left to go. We're going to get there. All right. Until next time, hope you're all doing well. Hope you all are making your games. Join game jams. Play lots of games. Have lots of fun. See you all next time.